Hello there, beautiful Sacred Heart initiates, dear ones, loved ones. I am Monica Bermudez, an intuitive quantum energy healer, coming on live on Facebook, Sacred Heart Awakenings, free public group. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, welcome as well to this channel, which I'm calling the Love Wisdom. So every week I'll come on live on Facebook and provide a different topic of uniqueness of love wisdom that comes straight from the sacred heart of wisdom and the inner knowledge and what is being intuitively guided at this time with the changing energies. So that's every week on Fridays. And so tuning in, this is the beginnings of September, and this weekend I'll share some more about some of the September energies that we are receiving and the intensity of those energies in this ascension and awakening process itself. And also this weekend being the new moon for September. So let me talk about the topic for this video, for this message that wishes to come through in this love wisdom message. It is released now and then get creative. So what this means by this is that with all this intense energy that is now coming into this planet, because August was so intense that it just felt so accelerated with so many changes everywhere, and it felt like everything was boiling over and is reaching this threshold of not wanting to deal with these old energies and old patterns that are associated with karmic and ancestral energies that probably, many have been working on for a long time. And so they got really accelerated and intense in August. And I feel like they are getting intense for September. And even I was feeling the energy because right towards the end of August, I felt this huge, intense energy of being burned out and overwhelmed with so much stuff. And then when it shifted into September, it shifted something in me. So I want to share about that, about the releasing now. If you're feeling certain emotions come up, and those emotions are like anger or sadness or grief or just wanting to cry, then just let it out. Release it and just be with it. Acknowledge that it's there. Don't bury it. Don't hide it under a carpet. Don't run away from it. And don't be ashamed of it. Most of all, just honor that in you, that it's okay for you to feel the way you're feeling, because you're having such a breakthrough moment right now, because you're being, urged and ushered into this new level of this new human self and this ascension energy wave that we're all in at this time. So the first thing is to just let it run its course and process and let it just be released. So when we're crying, when we're expressing ourselves through that is a form of release itself. So crying and anger expression and frustration, it's all just part of the process of being human. And nobody said this would be an easy task for us to be in as humans. Whether you remember that or not, in your soul contract agreement, we had this agreement before coming into this incarnated human life that we are in this existence, in this moment now, to experience all this for the releasing at the individual level, so that we're able to release it also at the collective level. Because everything that we do with ourselves has a domino effect in the collective. We are all interconnected as one, as the quantum entanglement would tell us, right? The quantum energy field, the quantum physics, and so forth. We are all interconnected in this earthly plane as well as the universe. And so this is so important that you take this as a first step. As an alchemist, for example, an alchemist, when they start to dismantle the substance, and it goes through this whole dismantling of it, or breaking down the substance, right? And it goes into this whole process of this alchemical process, right? And from there, what happens is that it starts to form a whole new substance. And so that's really what's happening to us. We're going through this alchemical process right now with these energies of ascension. So we are going through this major breakdown, and the major breakdowns are through crying, releasing, or anger, frustration, overwhelm, fear of not knowing where things are going. We're being overloaded with tons of information from the media everywhere, and most of it's been fear energy. So it's when we are so much in this fear energy, it will drag us down, bring our energy down. So the key is to try to detox and, disconnect yourself from this kind of, fear media as well. And right now, because when we are releasing, we allow the release energy to clear its space to allow new energy to come in, which is part of the alchemical process, to create this whole new space where you could use that new space to recreate yourself, to recreate your whole new reality of what it is that you wish to manifest in your whole new physical world. And believe me, you are much more powerful than you realize, and you are a strong manifestor and creator. You have that creative force energy inside of you. So you have this ability, and it's hard to see that though when we're crying, when we're going through some form of grief, when we're going through some form of anger, frustration, when we're so attached ourselves to certain emotions or attached to someone else who is no longer in our life, or attached to other situations or lives that we may have had before, and it's no longer with us. And so when we get so attached to that, it just keeps us stuck in that energy, confused, and then all ranges of emotions come up. So it is so important to know that, okay, first release, and then have, step into your creative energy once you get out of that releasing mode, because at this stage we are breaking down our old identities to what it is that we used to identify ourselves to, certain people, certain situations that are no longer in our life. And now we are redefining ourselves and try to figure out, like, who am I really, and what am I doing here? And so these are all the questions that I'm hearing intuitively from many of you. And so, if this is, something that you're resonating with, just comment below and share with me what you've been feeling with these energies. There's something that you want to release and are ready to share, feel free to do so as well. Just know that the Sacred Heart is a place for sharing and also for releasing, because it is a transformative energy. It's meant to be transmutive, type energy as well. It's a portal. It's an energy portal that is part of the heart chakra area. And so this is what this space is all about. We are in this portal in this Facebook group, and also within the YouTube, and we are releasing, it's a safe space for us to release whatever is coming up and to support with the energies of the ascension and the awakening that we are having. And of course, with all this breaking down is also another form of this wake up. It's almost like having, and it's like also like a dark night of the soul, for sure. It is when we're going through a breakdown, we are going through a dark night of the soul itself. And so a dark night of the soul can feel like an earthquake, and it could come in like little tremors, or it could come into like big, huge earthquake and tremors to be shaken up, so that you're able to wake up. And so of course there's different layers of awakening in us as well that we're all stepping into with these energies, and they're coming in super accelerated, super advanced, and it just feels like we're just being thrown like all over the place, and people are reacting in that way as well. And so is the weather, and so is Mother Earth, because Mother Earth is also being accelerated and being ascended, and we're heading in that direction with her. And so that is the way forward. The way forward, of course, is through the heart chakra, and which is the heart chakra, the area that I worked on the most when I was going through my most darkest night of the soul, the most ultimate dark night of the soul. So I emphasize this so much when I share my messages with others, that, you know, this is where you want to embrace yourself, and it's all embracing through self-love and having compassion for yourself in this breaking down moment if you're going through that right now. So just to share some announcements, that next Friday I will be live on the Love Light, Living in the Spirit of Love, with Dr. Jean Farish, and we'll be talking about overcoming self-doubts and the power of joy, which is such an important topic. And this is exactly the energy of September that we're stepping into and beyond. We are being tested to so much, bigger levels right now of with this intense energy. So we're being asked to really step into more of our intuitive and discernment of, the energies and the information that we are getting right now. So I would love to have you live with us, and I did post that in the Facebook group, all the details and information and the links. And if you have the podcast, just bookmark it now, and I'll be sharing some really powerful energy transmissions that are very unique, and they're coming in during that time, during the live show for you, and for the world. So this is humanitarian energy. So please feel free to invite others to come as well. And if there's anything that I could support you with, just feel free to reach out to me as well. And I have my website link in my Facebook group as well as in the YouTube description when you need to reach me and how to reach me. So I look forward to connecting with you at another love wisdom message coming from the Sacred Heart itself. I am sending you all so much love, and talk to you soon.